Hi guys, welcome back at Daytona International in the ARCA Ford Mustang. So, for those of you who've not driven the ARCAs before, they're easy cars to handle, but very, very draft dependent. Literally 20-25 miles an hour difference between being in a draft and being without one. So, this race, I decided again not to qualify because being in the front for some reason means that you're always involved in the huge wreck that will inevitably happen in every single ARCA race I've ever raced in, certainly in the low splits. So here we go, the green flag, off we go. So I'm back in 19th place. So currently just gonna try and stay with the pack. Everyone else is jostling around for position a little bit, everyone wants to try and get on that inside line, just find their place, move up if they can. And there's a bit of a gap forming between my car and the group ahead. The car behind me seems to be catching my draft, so we're not going to catch up with his help. So I'm just going to try and hang on to the back of this group with a bit of luck. However, that's the first lap out the way and there's been no wreck. And I'll be honest, I was actually getting almost slightly concerned straight away that, hang on a minute, this group is not wrecked and we've done one lap, and that should normally happen. And as you can see, that gap is growing and growing, and people are actually racing really sensibly. So the way it's going, it's just this group is going to disappear, and I'm just going to, my plan will have completely backfired. So now we go over start finish straight into lap 3, and there is the smallest touch right at the front of my mate Alan there in the yellow and black car, and there it comes. Absolutely inevitable, a wreck. It's the smallest touch and he just overcorrected, I think, and just lost it. And yeah, there's quite a lot of cars lost out of that. So here's my view from my car. I slam into the wall here, but only a couple of scrapes of damage, but nothing structural. These are the leaders. So we've got Brock up the front, we've got Vinny behind him, and Jess following up in third. And some nice bump drafting going on there from Vinny. So this is me coming back round that turn 1. I think this put me up to about fifth or fourth place. That did. I think the guy there with the no front of the car was in 5th, so I took that off him. So here is the group ahead. Brock goes for a move on Vinny. Jess sits in the draft of Brock and they go straight past him. This is the difference between being in a draft and not. It's got such a massive effect on these cars, and that is why I think you get so many accidents, because you can't afford to lose it, because if you do, you do run a risk of just dropping out of the pack. As you see there, Jess goes for a move, Vinny follows, they go back past Brock. Here's me coming back onto that main straight, and they are way in the distance. So this is where now the back markers, who were obviously involved in the wreck, on lap 3. They are now filtering back onto the track a bit, so they're all trying to pick up slipstreams themselves, get themselves back into the race with the people they've got positioned around them. So this is back with Brock here. This is how much time he lost when they overtook him and took him out of the draft, but he has made that back up. He got a really great run down here. He overspeeds actually quite a bit there, to the point where he thinks he can actually get another pass on Vinny here, but he doesn't quite carry enough, so he slots back in behind. But he made up a lot of position there, because he'd lost quite a bit of time. So here he is. He goes for a move on Jess because Vinny's up the front here, but Vinny then tucks back in. Of course, cut him out of the drive. He tries side driving a bit, but he hasn't got quite enough. But what he has got is a back marker now coming up behind him, I think, and that's why I think he stayed out there, hoping that this back marker was going to push him up. But credit to the back markers in this race, they didn't get involved with any of the guys on the lead lap. They all just stayed out of it and just ran their own race, so it was really good. There was no sort of stupid wrecking or stupid fine track. See, I picked up a couple of back markers here. There's another group behind me. So back with the leaders again. So they go 3 wide here. Brock gets a really great run. Takes from the outside, takes it down low, cuts off Vinny. Vinny loses out in the draft there. So he's trying to get himself tucked back in now. So yeah, they're coming out at the end of turn 2, and I'm just in turn 1 here. So again, they are quite a way ahead of me. So I was going to be just happy just to finish this race now, just follow it clean. Given the day I'd had earlier, I'd lost so much I rating, so much safety rating. It was absolutely insane. You know, in the whole day I'd lost like 400 I rating and lost a whole safety rating point as well. It was absolutely bonkers. I did start getting a little bit nervous here, because obviously these back markers here, they start shifting around for not a lot of reason. So I was worried they were going to start trying to pass each other. Coming up on another back mark here. This is exactly what I mean. You know, he's doing 20 mile an hour less than us. And really nicely, he stays high and wide, lets us go through. You'll see as we enter the banking, he drops down, drops into that draft, and now he's into the fold. So you get these little groups gathering round the track, just everyone sort of keeping everyone else going. You kind of build like quite a lot of alliances on the track. But it's never like that in the beginning. It's just all out carnage. So here we are, we got the leaders here, and Jess goes high and Vinny goes for a move and he just tucks the back end, and then of course he gets hit from the back marker, of course giving Brock a gap there because he's got a back marker. He jumps onto the back of, and what has happened now is Jess has been, there is Jess there, just gone past. So Jess has dropped from second place now down to fourth, put me to third, and Vinny is stuck on his own with no draft now. So I was looking at my timing screen and I was really reeling Vinny in really quickly at this point. You know, because you're lapping sort of without a draft, you're lapping 3 to 4 seconds a lap slower. But Vinny has a plan. Anyway, so here the back markers on me. One of them decides that they want to get past me, and I just stay low, let them go. I not let my ego get the better of me, and try and stay in front. Doesn't matter to me. I just need to stay alive now, because remember, I've gone from 19th and I'm in 3rd, and we're really in 2nd place really quickly now. So all I've got to do is stay on the back of this pack, keep myself just safe and in the race, and just pray that nobody else wrecks, because that's going to be just the worst thing now. So as you can see here, I close up on the group, and I just roll off the throttle a little bit there. I'm not getting involved in anything, and I'm literally hovering over the brakes the whole time now, because this sort of back end of the race where people start getting a bit crazy. That number 18 back marker, this guy's going to be my saviour any second. So he jumps back onto the back of me, and now Vinny has launched his plan, because we're reeling him in so quickly. So what he's done, he's gone onto the chat and he's called in Dion, who is the back marker ahead of him, here to slow down, and Dion does it. But Dion slows down so badly, because he's slowed down to like 150 here. Now we're cranking around at like 183. Vinny has tucked up behind Dion, goes to get a move on the inside, but because I've got the draft from the car behind me, it pushes me up and past Vinny in 2nd place. It was a good idea from Vinny, but it went so wrong, because he would have had better chance of staying ahead of me had he just stayed on his own. But because he had to slow down to not hit the guy who was going to be helping him, I think it actually cost him 2nd place in this race. Brock, who was in 1st, he has just gone into the distance now. So I'm still just clinging to the back of this group here. Again, I just didn't want to wreck. I was so afraid they were going to wreck. But they're racing sensibly, because now the gap between me and Vinny, who's now in 3rd, has sort of settled at around about 2.5 seconds. But I think because I'm having to sort of back out of the throttle a little bit every now and then, because I'm so worried I'm going to wreck, I did see that gap just creeping down 1/10 every lap. And what I didn't want them to do is to have Vinny's group latch into the back of ours and pull Vinny up the track towards me. So yeah, here we are. I was absolutely sweating bullets at this point, because I was so nervous that someone was just going to wreck and, you know, make a daft move or something like that. And, you know, because these guys had been, honestly, up until this point, have been so clean, and you know, they'd really helped me you know, get to where I got to in this race, because no one was doing anything daft. They all kind of accepted that we were nothing to actually. We weren't really racing each other, but we can help each other, and that was a nice feeling. But still, I was so nervous. So here we go. So here they go. It looks like they're going to go 3 wide, and then see the car on the inside, the red one. I thought he was going to touch the apron and go sliding up the track or something like that, but he didn't. You can see Vinny's group behind me, so he's definitely closed up a few tenths there. Yeah. So lucky, but yeah, we go across the line. That was 19th place to 2nd place. It was a really nice race to finish the day on because I'd had a terrible day before that. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.